Alright, so Lauren, this is going to be the second lesson that I'm having the opportunity to coach you through today. Can you just give me a little bit of background about the lesson that you prepared for today?
Yes. Previously, the lesson that you viewed, the first lesson that you observed, we were working on blends, digraphs, so the chunking of the sounds, ch, sh, w, because he was individually saying the letter instead of doing the blend when he was decoding words. So we had been working on that, which I think when he was actually participating in that activity, he did much better than I had anticipated. So we did move through some different kinds of activities that advanced his knowledge of the blend sounds. We have been talking recently about long and short vowels and how to distinguish between the two. So the lesson that you're going to observe is the tail end of a few lessons where we've been discussing long and short vowels. So the idea today is to bring them together, show him words that have long and short, and have him distinguish between the two words. Which word is long and which word is short. And then to kind of talk about strategies and tricks that we can use to help us decide. Okay. So we're going to be working on that today. I was thinking about using the long and short because I want to extend into vowel blends and diphthongs in the next couple of lessons to help him decode, which takes away from his time, which he compensates for when he reads. So that kind of plays into our theorist with the interactive compensatory model. He is compensating in other areas because he's unsure of the word. So it's affecting his comprehension. So I kind of want to balance that out so he's able to comprehend the text better. Since we're working on the decoding and the phonics.
Okay, so that, just so I know, so this lesson is really to focus on the short and the long vowels. Mm-hmm. And also in there's some aspects of comprehension that you're trying to build on for when he's decoding the words.
It's more the decoding to use when he's actually reading a text. So I'm trying to work on helping him identify different phonic strategies, different groupings and blends and pairs, so that he can decode faster, which will help his story comprehension. Because that's affected by his tapping out every single sound. It's slowing him down. He does use illustrations and words that he does know to help him figure the word out, which plays into that interactive compensatory model because he's overly compensating with illustrations and pictures and other things that he knows in order to figure the word out instead of just being able to decode it quickly or making it a sight word. Okay,
so I guess the phonics part will help with the decoding, which will eventually lead into comprehension. Okay, so and you also mentioned that he, I guess, uses almost like text features.
He does.
Or context clues to really help. Do you think that's been a strength of his, or does that seem to be more something like that maybe hinders his grasping of phonics?
I think for Matthew, it's a strength because he's able to figure out what he's reading because of the text features, but on the flip side, it hinders his ability to comprehend and retell stories because he's so worried about tapping every word out, words that he's not familiar with. So because the fluency is slowed down, he's overcompensating with text features, so he's not retaining any comprehension material. Okay. So it's kind of both.
Are there any visuals that are being used in this lesson today that might, play towards, I guess, his strengths? Because I feel, or it seems almost that he's a very visual learner. So is there any visuals that are being used per se in this lesson?
Yes. So I'll have index cards with long and short vowel words separate, one and one. Also, if he struggles with the word, some of them are sight words, some of them he knows, so he'll be able to say it right away. Words that he's not familiar with, I will have a picture cue for him to use so that he can use the picture to figure the word out, which he's been doing in a story that we had read previously. He didn't know the word raccoon, but there was a picture of a raccoon, and he knew the word started with an R, so he said raccoon. So, and I asked him and said, oh, you weren't sure of that word, what helped you? And he said, oh, the picture of the raccoon helped me. So he's definitely compensating for what he lacks phonologically.
Is there any way that you'll know if success has been reached in this lesson?
So we are going to do a long and short vowel sort. So after we go through the instruction, the example, I will be giving him about 20 cards, and he will sort them into long and short. So if he's able to achieve 80%, I will know that he has the ability to distinguish between long and short. And then just as an added kind of formal assessment for myself that I can keep record of, he's just going to get a very short 10-question quiz where he'll see a group of words and has to choose the long vowel. And so if he scores 80% on that assessment for his ability and level, like that would be acceptable for me. So that's how I'll know that he's achieved the knowledge of long and short.
Okay. And now, so he'll be doing the word sort,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how we'll know if he hits 80% sorting long and short vowels.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do the quiz to kind of check so that you could get some assessment feedback.
Right.
Now, is there any other data that you would like me to collect during the lesson?
I would just like for you to just jot down if you see my objective being met. The strategies that I'm using, the activities that I'm using, my wait time, by incorporating all of those things in my lesson, am I meeting my objective, which is having Matthew be able to distinguish long and short vowels.
Okay, and then I'll be doing that by looking at wait time.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be looking at that through success of the activities.
Success of the activity, maybe Matthew's responses, my questioning, my probes.
And probes. Alright. Is there anything else about this lesson that you want me to, think about as I'm coaching or as I'm observing?
Just that it's mostly, at this point, it's a summative type of lesson, like a wrap-up lesson for this section of long and short vowels.
Okay.
Because we've previously discussed what a short vowel is, what a long vowel is. So I'm just trying to keep that going in his mind. So this is more of a wrap so that we can move on to more difficult vowel pairs and sounds, which would be the next step that we're going to work on.
Okay. Alright, so again, this is, it was like the summative, this is going to wrap everything up.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next, series of lessons, you'll be moving on.
Yes.
So this is another building block.
Yes.
Right. Alright, awesome. I'm looking forward to the
Thank
lesson.
you.
And thank you very much.
All right. Now we gotta be like, gotta run to class.